We're going to talk about how do you download longitudinal data for Peregrine. So you'll go to the Peregrine site, pasadmin.peregrineglobal.com, log in, and you're going to go to the reports section. Under reports, you'll go to programmatic assessment, and you're going to choose the longitudinal report. When this opens, you're going to put in the dates. We typically use a 4-year window for longitudinal data. This is going to give us the assessment of our programs, our content areas over the last 4 years, longitudinal. So next we have to select the category. We have two categories: business administration, accounting, and finance. So we're going to choose business administration. Click on business administration. Next we have what degree level are we looking at. In this case, I am choosing bachelor's degree. Now we need to choose what assessments we want to look at. If we're looking at the BA degree, the Bachelor of Bachelor of Arts Business Administration, we don't want to select any of the online topics. And you'll notice that some of these are inactive. So here's business first year, right? That is the face-to-face. If you wanted to do a SEM, here's the SEM one. Over here, we want to know the, over here we want to do the TAP initial. If we want to do that, that's the TAP initial. If you want to do TAP online, we have that. On the outbound, we want to know what? Here's the business senior or TAP. So it makes sense. You're going to choose business senior. And we're just going to select next. And it's going to ask us about our aggregate pools. Who do we want to do this? Who do we want to compare ourselves to? We have compared ourselves to ACBSP and faith-based institutions. And just choose next. So we do have the ability to exclude some exams. So if we wanted to, we could go down here, we could filter some exams by outliers. And we could tell it, look, anybody that does this test in less than 36, 37, 35 minutes, we don't want to count them. Because those are people that obviously are not taking this serious. We don't need to do that. Quite frankly, we don't have enough data points to do that. So we'll just continue on. This subtopical, this gets down into the accounting, finance, business communication, economic. Those are the subtopics. So we want to include that. Next, we go to next. And this just gives us a picture so we can make sure we have what we want. Here are the incoming, outgoing. Here's the program, right? The ones we've chosen. This is our TAP, our traditional program, bachelor's degree. Here's who we compare it to. Gives us all the information we want. So now we need to choose the report that we want. Here's the CSV report. This is going to put this out in Excel format. We're going to do this so that we can manipulate the data into the form that we want to move it into. So we'll choose CSV and then choose generate report. Now it's going to take a little bit of time for this to happen. You'll see here, this isn't lit up yet. It's working on the report. It took a couple of minutes for that to happen, so we'll get back in. We want to then download the report. Once that report is downloaded, you can begin to open it. Here's our report, and here is our longitudinal information. And what you can see over here, this column is too wide, so we want to narrow that down. So, sorry, I need to enable editing. I'm going to take this. We want to make this column width. Let's make it 15. And then, actually, we can make it much narrower than that. We don't need all that data, all that space. So what we have here, again, I'm just cleaning this up. You don't need to do this. I'm just cleaning it up so you can see how we can make this a little easier to see. We don't need all of these. Let's just change this. We only need 2 or 3 decimal points here, so we don't need that much. So what do we see when we look at this data? Well, here's our inbound, outbound. If we go over here, see a little bit more. So it goes, the very first year gives us our total. This is the total for the entire program. And then it also gives us longitudinal for the competencies that we assess for. It gives us inbound, and then it gives us outbound, right? So what we need to do to help us put this in an easier format to transfer into another spreadsheet, we need to sort this. And you can do it a couple of ways. I just highlight everything here, right? So we just highlight everything. You do data, sort, and I sort by, the first thing you want to sort by is the assessments themselves, by the assessments. And then you want to add a level. Then you want to sort it by the timeline. So it's inbound, outbound. And that should. So here we have accounting. 1, 2, 3, 4 years of data inbound, 4 years of data outbound. And this is the stuff we're going to analyze and compare our accounting program to the other peer groups that we have assessed. Now we're going to copy and paste this into a spreadsheet. We'll talk about the spreadsheet in another video. See you soon.